Siva Nama Tiruchitrambalam. Welcome back to our discussion on Sokkanatha Venba, verse number 13. The verse goes this way: Kayamo, kalan karutto, maha kalan nyayamo, satrum nadappadillai. பேயனேன் மாளுவனோ தென்மதுரை மாமணியே என்னை உகந்து ஆளுவையோ சொக்கநாத. Today's verse talks about the way how, basically, this is a very, very Saiva Siddhantam concept. We all would have heard that, God has created us, and God is the one who sent us to this world, and He is the one making us suffer. We would have heard all these stories when we were young. But then when we go and sit in the first Saiva Siddhantam class, they would say, God did not create us. As in, the souls are not created by God, but it is there as a permanent one, similar to Lord Shiva. That would be a very big shock. It's like, what? I was always thinking that I was being created by God, and now someone is coming and saying that I was not created by God. Then where did I come from? How did I fall from, wherever it is? So that would be one of the biggest challenge or biggest question that we always have. And I'm not sure how many of them went through, but I went through this kind of a confusion when I was sitting in the first Saiva Siddhantam class, because I was always taught or told that I was created by God. Suddenly in Saiva Siddhantam, they said no. Now the next question will come, okay, if God did not create us, then what is He creating? What is He supporting or sustaining? What is He destroying? Because we all know creation, sustenance, and destruction are three things that we always keep talking about. So what is being created, what is being sustained, and what is being destroyed? That's a logical question, right? That is where they will say, the one that is being created is Dhanu Karana Bhuvana Boham. Dhanu is body. Karanam is basically the sense organs, internal as well as external organs. Bhuvanam, basically the world or the planet or wherever we are living, the country, planet, whatever we call it. Bhogam are the pleasures. So what is being created is Dhanu Karana Bhuvana Boham. What is being sustained is also Dhanu Karana Bhuvana Boham. What is being destroyed is also Dhanu Karana Bhuvana Boham, not the soul. That's why in Tamil, we call Lord Yama, as in the god of death, right? We call him as Kootruvan. Kootruvan means, the name is given because of a meaning. Kootruvan means someone who is able to split the body and the soul. Kuru means to split. That's an actual verb. So when you say Kuru, they are basically trying to split. Split what? The body as well as the soul. So he's the one who is going to split these two. That's why he's called as Kootruvan. So Lord Yama comes in, and as in the god of death will come, and he will split the soul and the body. Body will be led to decay in this world because it was created by the 5 Panjabhutas, and it has to go back to the source. So it will be let here. The soul will be taken over for the basically we can call it as a judgment. That's a place where Lord Yama will determine what are the good, bad, and ugly deeds that we have done, and then based on that, the next action plan will be set forth for us, whether we have to go to the hell to go through a suffering, or we need to go to heaven to enjoy some pleasure, or we need to take another birth, or what kind of a body we have to take, whether we have to be born as a human being or as a dog or as a cat or as a lion or a tiger or whatever, right? So that is where it will be, that the destiny will be decided in Yama's world. So what happens here is, in this particular verse, Guruñana Sambandar is saying, Kayamo. Am I going to come into another body? I'm not sure. Kalan karuttu. I'm not sure what is there in Lord Yama's mind. I don't know what he has in mind when he is taking me under his control. Mahakalan nyayamo. I'm not sure what is going to be the judgment that is going to be bestowed on me. Whatever it is, all these are, I'm not sure how much is this going to be practically possible. Satrum nadappadillai. I don't know what is going to happen. What is it really going to happen that I'm going to be dead? Peyanen maluvano. Maluvano means it's a question to say, am I going to die? Am I really going to die? Tenmadurai Mamani என் தென்மதுரை மாமணியே என்னை உகந்து ஆளுவையோ. Once Lord Shiva shows his grace on us, there is nothing called as a death or birth cycle for us. The reason is, we all know as long as we are a Shiva devotee, when I say Shiva devotee, they really mean to live only for Lord Shiva. Not like, when I do something, it's like, okay, I did it for Shiva, I did it for Shiva. If they are still trying to show off and try to only put forth their own names or their own self in the first place, they are not fit to be called as Shiva devotees. So who is a real Shiva devotee? Someone who has surrendered completely to Lord Shiva, and they don't expect anything in return, and at the same time they don't talk about any kind of recognition or whatever. Everything is Lord Shiva's grace, so I'm just going with the flow. That kind of a mindset, that kind of a maturity is what is needed for a Shivnariyar. Now, when you talk about a Shiva devotee, Yama will not come to take that life, but rather Lord Shiva's Bhuta Kanam, he has his own group of people, his own set of, we could call it as the army. He has his own set of army where he will send few of them to take the soul under his control. For Shiva devotees, Yama will not come, only Bhudakanam will come and take the soul. When Bhudakanam takes our soul, remember, we are not going to be born again. But if Lord Yama is taking our soul, then we will have another birth. That's an understanding from Saiva Siddhantam. So if we say Yama is taking us, which means there's going to be a birth. The next birth is there. But when we talk about Bhutakanam taking us, there is not going to be a birth. We are not, because we are settled. We are going to be settled in Lord Shiva's lotus feet. That is the understanding. So here, Guruñana Sambandar says, "O Sokkanatha," basically the god who's there in Madurai, right? Lord Shiva, in the name of Sokkanatha, I know I'm not going to be born, I'm not going to be dead, I'm not going to stand in front of Lord Yama for his judgment or whatever, because I know you are there to take charge of me. I know you will come and protect me. You are my savior." That's what verse number 13 is all about. I'll come back again with the next verse very soon. Until then, Sivaya Nama Tiruchitrambalam.